Hello. We've been watching Drunk History, and we may have been drinking wine. What is... Oh, my poor bangs. Okay, so I have decided, I may be drunk, I'm going to tell you the story of Hansel and Gretel. So, there was two kids. They were brother and sister.
Brother and sister, yes.
They're brother and sister. And these dumbasses go traveling through the woods, and they're like, woo! We're going to leave breadcrumbs, and we'll find our way home. Which is dumb.
Yes.
In the woods.
In the woods.
I'm sorry, but if I was a creature, I would fucking...
Follow that.
I would eat it. I would eat it.
Yes.
And be like, fuck these kids. They're dropping breadcrumbs. I'm going to eat their breadcrumbs.
Little fuckers.
So they were idiots in the first place. So I don't really feel bad for them. Mm-mm. So they're walking through the woods. Da-da-da-da-da. And they're like, woo, breadcrumbs. And they come up to a house made of gingerbread. And candy. And other yummy things. We're going to go with the Brothers Grimm version where it's really like, ah. Okay, cool. So they walk up to it and they're like, woo, sweet stuff. And I'm like, dumbasses. Who in the fuck is going to have a house made of sweet things?
In the middle of the woods?
In the middle of the woods and not have an ulterior motive.
Traps.
It's
trap.
A different motive than what's being portrayed. I can't say words right now.
It's okay.
So, they go up to this house and they're like, and no one answers. So they're like, and no one answers. So they're like, well, fuck, we're gonna eat this house because we're really fucking hungry. We've been gone for like 2 hours. We're really hungry. You know, if they haven't been gone that long, like, how did no one find them?
No one did.
Where were their parents? How did they just walk off in the woods with breadcrumbs and no one noticed where they were?
Why the fuck did they have breadcrumbs in the first place?
You know, who has breadcrumbs?
Just hanging out.
Like, their father was a lumberjack.
What?
He was. It's in the books I read growing up. He was a lumberjack. So, their dad was a lumberjack. And he didn't find them. So they're knocking at this door and no one answers. And so they start eating the house. Because they're brats.
Little bastards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who eats a house?
Hungry little bastards.
No, they've got to be fat. They have to be American. I don't believe
American.
Hansel and Gretel. I know their names aren't American.
No,
but they must be American if they're eating a house.
I've been gone for 2 hours.
I'm sorry. But, like, Europeans don't eat that much.
Mm-mm.
Americans.
Mm-hmm.
Americans know how to eat.
Yes.
Woo! We can fucking eat. We eat good.
Yes.
We waited 2 hours for
fucking Chinese food.
Fucking Chinese food. We didn't even have to leave breadcrumbs.
Maybe that was our problem.
Maybe.
We just start leaving
So Hansel and Gretel eat this house. And all of a sudden, this witch comes out. Can I drink the last sip of your wine?
Yeah.
So, Hansel and Gretel, I'll
God.
make you a vodka drink in a minute. I'll finish telling you this story.
You're so good.
So Hansel and Gretel are eating this house like little fat asses they are. I imagine them as fat ass American children.
Right.
So they're eating this house. And this witch comes out. And she's like, hello, my precious.
Ooh.
And they're like, hey, this is totally fine. Because their parents were dumbasses and didn't teach them about talking to strangers. I'm sorry, but I know not to talk to strangers.
Right?
I knew not to talk to strangers. I didn't respect that rule very early. I think I understand now. I talked to everyone when I was younger. So I'm going to give them that pass. So they're like, hey, you have a funny nose, but we're going to talk. We're going to talk to you. We're just eating your house like fat ass Americans. And she's like, hey, it's cool. Why don't you come inside? And they're like, no. And she's like, I have cake inside with extra frosting. I'm sorry, but if someone's like, yo, dude, I've got cake inside with like 2 inches of frosting on it, I'd be like,
did I mention?
I'd be like, I love you.
Yes.
That's the word I would use, love. There's hold my wine. This is 2 inches. Because right here on me is an inch. There's 2 inches of icing. If there was that on a cake, I wouldn't even eat the cake.
No, just icing.
Just the icing's the best part.
It's so awesome.
If her I just... So anyway, she gets them inside. And they're like, where's the icing? I mean the cake. With the 2 inches of icing. And she's like, ha, bitches. And she puts them in a fucking cage. No, that's how the real story goes. She puts them in a cage.
The fuck?
And she's like, ha, I'm a witch, bitches. And they're like, oh no, we didn't know. And she like puts them in a cage. And she keeps them there. And she just like fucks with them. And like eats cake in front of them. And like bakes.
So she eats the cake that she told him she had, and then
yeah, no, she didn't lie.
to bake.
She never lied.
She didn't lie. Oh, well, at
She
least
wasn't
she's not lying,
American.
witch.
She wasn't American. She was German.
Oh, she's okay.
Hansel and
Gretel.
Hansel and Gretel were fake Germans.
Oh, so
They were
like American German.
They were second generation Germans, and so
Fucking
they were
liars.
more American, and so they just wanted the sweets. And she was like, ha 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 ha.
Fatties.
And so she put them in a cage, and they got out with chicken bones.
Say it.
I don't know how they got the chicken bones.
Was hopeful thinking?
Maybe she gave them chicken because it wasn't cake.
Yeah, that sounds right.
That sounds drunk.
That does sound drunk. But it sounds right drunk.
I'm gonna go with right drunk.
Yes.
So
they have these cake chicken bones.
So they have cake, chicken. No, they don't have cake. They don't get cake. They get chicken.
They have chicken bones.
And they don't want to eat the chicken because they want fucking cake.
Yeah.
And I want fucking cake.
Yeah.
If I was fucking promised cake with 2 inches of icing, I'd be mad about chicken.
Mm-hmm.
Especially if I've been walking and been dropping breadcrumbs for my lumberjack dad. I'd be upset. I'd feel
very upset.
I feel jet. So they take the bones out of the they don't eat it because they want cake.
Yeah.
I wouldn't fucking eat that chicken.
No. Fuck that.
I want fucking cake. Yeah. I'm drunk.
So the chicken.
So the chicken
bones.
No, they pick the chicken bones. They don't eat the chicken though.
No. The chicken's scattered all around their cage.
They just toss the meat for the dogs. No, the cats. No, I feel like if you live in a house made of sweets, you don't have dogs.
No.
You have cats because you're crazy. Sorry, I know you have a cat.
It's okay.
But you admit the cat's crazy, so I don't consider you a crazy cat lady.
No, she's a bitch.
I'm sorry, Kristen, But you think your cat... No, you know your cat's crazy, but you're a crazy cat lady. Jessica, you're not a crazy cat lady.
Oh, God. Thanks, Kylie.
Because you talk shit about your cat.
All day.
And Kristen loves her cat, and that's okay. Because I'm a crazy dog lady.
Yes. That's okay.
I'm an insane dog lady.
That's good, though.
We're getting off subject.
Yes.
So they pick
Yes.
the cage open with the chicken bones that they don't eat, and they feed to the cats that live in the gingerbread house. And the lady, the witch, I think she was a witch.
Yes,
Or
the witch.
northern.
What? What?
Northern people don't like sweet treats.
Oh my God.
They're fucking Yankees. And they don't know what dessert is because they're not Southern.
What?
Listen, no, it's true. In the South, we use butter.
That's true. Butter's
We
awesome.
use like a pound of butter for like 12 cookies. And it's beautiful. Anyways, so this witch from the north, in that story with the tornado, it was the Wicked Witch of the West. No, it wasn't the Wicked Witch. Okay, never mind.
Oh, you're talking about Dorothy?
Yeah!
Yeah! It's just the is it Wizard of Oz?
Yeah! That's a different story, though. I wanted to tie it in, but I was saying the North stuff. Anyways, they shove her ass in the furnace because the South is gonna fucking rise again. And she was a bitch and didn't give them the cake. And she gave them chicken.
What?
I don't know if I should drink anymore. I feel like there's some aggressive feelings coming out.
That's fucking hilarious. Keep going.
Yeah, okay, finish. So they push her in the furnace and they're like, fuck this bitch.
Yeah.
Who fucking promised us cake with 2 inches of icing. Have you ever seen a cake with 2 inches of icing? I've never seen a cake with 2 inches of icing. Like,
awesome.
If someone was like, I'm gonna give you 2 inches of icing, I'd be like,
marry me?
on a cake? What the fuck? Yeah. And if their house was made of, like, sugary shit, fuck yeah. I'd be like, fuck yeah. So they shove her in a furnace. And their fucking parents don't show up until afterwards. Like, really? You noticed your kids were gone after they, like, stumbled into the woods and, like, had breadcrumbs for you? And they got, like, trapped? You know, I feel like Child Protective Services should have been called.
Probably should have stepped in.
Southern Child Perspective. No. Protective Services. I think I need to be done with this story.
Oh my God.
We're at like 14
No
whole
way.
in 5, 4,
Holy shit.
3, 2, bye.